Good afternoon, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and today, guys, on episode 194 of Savage Saturday, we are taking a look at the Robert E. Howard, Valentin Seishi, Conan, the Tower of the Elephant. Now, this is just a gorgeous book. We're going to get into what the price is. We're going to do some size comparisons, let you know just how big this book is, even though you can kind of get an idea just looking at it here. But we're still going to break it down for you, let you see every page so you know what you're getting into, tell you what the price point is, and just let you peek at this gorgeous art. All right, but we're going to do the top-down view and take a look at this. So without further ado, we're going to switch on over and let you get the overview of this book. All right, keepers of the cash, we are back, and here is the overview of the book. Of course, you can just see how gorgeous this painted cover is. And the inside is no different. We'll take a look at the back for you. Some beautiful blues. Of course, we got our price point down here, which we're going to show you. So we're looking at $24.95 American dollars, $33.99 Canadian, and a UK price of $21.99. We got our little Titan Comics logo here in the corner. And suggested for mature readers, of course. You got our little heroic signatures over here. And if we open this all the way up, we can give you the two covers, front and back, next to each other. But we're going to take, first of all, a size comparison. So when comparing this to a regular size comic book, this is what you're looking at. All right, that is the one-to-one comparison. Now, comparing this to a magazine size, you got this going on here. So a little bit bigger than a magazine, obviously, taking up a lot more space. And then if we compare this to a Marvel Treasury edition, well, the Treasury is a little bit bigger. So we're going to take this and put this on top and give you the proper size comparison to the Treasury. And there you go. So almost Treasury size, a little bit short on the top and on the sides, but still a sizable book to add to your collection. So let's remove all these distractions and just get right into the art of the book itself. Now, what this is just a art book with wrapped around Robert E. Howard's story. So we're going to open it up. Of course, we got just a nice black on the inside, looking great. Okay, we got our trade dress right there, title. And then as we thumb through, we of course got all our credits on this page. All right, again, the title with the art background, Robert E. Howard, Valentin Seishi. And there we go. The story's off and running, and just a nice introductory shot. And here we go. And again, just look at the detail in this. Conan looks great. He's supposed to be a little bit younger here. He looks like a little bit of a seasoned warrior, but I'm not upset with this art at all. All right, you got the villain that's being the braggart that he's meeting, or he's trying to learn about the Tower of the Elephant. Of course, we had the scuffle, his eventual death. All right, we're just going to try to linger on these just a little bit. I just want you to really be able to soak in the colors, the environments, the way Conan looks and is moving through this world, the shadow work done. It's all very gorgeous. Just a brilliant adaptation and interpretation of Conan through another artist's eyes. All right, here we go. Now this shot I think is great. You get this overview. You got the Tower of the Elephant right here, and it's just an incredible perspective, right? I mean, look how gorgeous that is. Okay, as we turn the page, we get just an incredible look at Yara, and I think he's just never looked more menacing. He looks fantastic here. Seasoned old wizard, sorcerer, and someone you would not want to mess with. Absolutely stunning work on this page. All right, you got Conan stealing into the garden. You have him meeting up, of course, with the Zamorian. All right, and so Taurus and him become friends here. They make a pact that they're going to go and steal this together. And again, you guys know the story. I'm just talking while I show you this gorgeous art. And again, pay attention to the shadow work here, the use of color, and amazing stuff. The scale. Conan just looks larger than life. Now you got them about to poison the lions. And again, just beautiful art. They're at the top of the wall. Okay, here, more of the prose. And I like the way the prose, it's there, but it's not really interfering with the art, right? So it's looking fantastic. Of course, there are the dead lions after you use the Black Lotus on them. And then look at this shot right here. That lion looks absolutely menacing. Conan ready to meet the challenge. And just everything about this just pops. What a great piece of work. All right, we're going to continue on, give you some more. Now this shot is another favorite of mine. I mean, not only is the sky beautiful, but what I love is the dizzying perspective of how high these two are up. And they're just dangling there, climbing. Just one slip and they're dead. But what a gorgeous, beautiful shot. And it just gives you that uneasy feeling of being suspended in the air with the Conan and Taurus, and it's just amazing. All right, next, again, Conan reeling after his friend, or newfound ally at least, not a friend, but his newfound ally comes stumbling out and dies in front of him with puncture wounds in his neck, and Conan has no idea what awaits him in the chamber inside. All right, as we enter the chamber, we get a shot of all the riches. We get a lot of shadow, no lighting in there. This looks very fantastic. Just the faint glow of things glistening off the jewels. And you get the menace of a spider up here. You see the legs. Next shot is amazing. Now look at that perspective. Conan running, the spider shooting a web at him and just missing. Conan's hanging on for dear life as he cruises past. Then, of course, the ultimate demise of the spider when Conan crushes it with a chest full of treasure. And he knows what has killed his newfound and newly passed ally, and has finally survived it himself, only to move on. And here we get just a beautiful shot of Yagdasha. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. Again, completely different color palette. Yagdasha looks amazing. And just one of the best Conan stories. You really feel for this god's plight. And then you get a great close-up of him and Conan. And just the colors on him. Again, beautiful work. Shadows. Conan looking strong yet sympathetic. And just in wonder of this incredible creature in front of him. And as we turn the page, just more brilliant colors, right? The ship of Yagdasha and his people. Him telling the story of how they first came to Earth and mingled among the people of Earth. Next, Yagdasha explaining his history and how Yara came to have power over him. Again, just a great story. If you're watching this review, you've read it. I don't need to go into depth. And if you haven't read it, this edition is a great way to do so. And then, of course, getting towards the end, we have Conan with Yagdasha's heart and the orb. And then the page after this, but look at the skull up here. Just absolutely gorgeous. Everything surrounding Yara as he slumbers away. And Conan's there to ruin his day and get some revenge for the fallen god Yagdasha. And as we turn the page, what a great shot. Of course, when Yara was sinking into the trap set by Yagdasha and Conan. And Conan just looking on in amazement as the wizard gets his due. The sorcerer is defeated. And then our final page, where the tower is crumpled and collapsed, and Conan is on his way out of the city to go seek fortune elsewhere. But as a bonus, in the back, we get the Valentin Sachet sketchbook. Valentin Sachet sketchbook. It's a tongue twister, guys. You got to give me a break with that one. So here we go. So it's just cool to see the sketches that turn into these brilliant paintings. And so for me, I think you get quite a bit for your $25 here. This is a nice oversized book. Would look great on the bookshelf. Of course, you get a little Robert E. Howard blurb, Valentin Sachet blurb, and that is it. That is the end. So you got a good look. Again, this is a $24.95 book in the US. So hopefully upon viewing this video, it'll help you decide if this is something you want to add to your collection or not. Most of us who are Conan collectors have the Tower of the Elephant story in multiple printings, in multiple forms, and multiple adaptations. Now it's up to you to decide if this is yet another adaptation that you want to add to your collection. But a job well done, in my opinion, and a book well worth the money. But that's it for this week, guys. And we'll just go back to me for the goodbye. All right, Cubes of the Cash. Hopefully you enjoyed that quick look inside and got to experience how spectacular that art is in the way that Valentin Sachet captured the world in the Hyborian age of Conan the Barbarian. But let me know if you're picking up this book. I've already picked up the book. And let me know what you think of the interiors. We already know it's a great Robert E. Howard story. That's without question. But what do you think of this artist's interpretation of our favorite Sumerian warrior? That's it for today, guys. Until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching and keep it casual.